Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today for Last Week in Germany, where I, some random guy in Indiana, United States, react to the top news stories and posts out of Germany from the last week. Make sure I'm caught up to date on everything. I don't want to miss anything. r/Germany top posts this week. Top post right here, guys. Grundgesetz cosplay was not on my bingo list, but I love it. Gamescom Cologne. That's pretty good. It's like Burned a Brat dressed up like the Constitution. You know, I actually need to react to like the entire German Constitution. Who would watch that, guys? I'm just going to read the whole Constitution. The whole Grund. I'm writing this down. It's a great idea. Oh, that reminds me. I know I said I was going to react to German pensions today. That will be tomorrow. Obviously, I have to do Last Week in Germany. I know everybody was looking forward to the pensions. Don't worry. It's coming tomorrow, guys. And then even less exciting than that, I'm going to react to the entire Constitution. Oh, someone left him a love letter. Someone left this message at my workplace. Oh my God. This guy has a secret admirer. We need to help him. What does it say? I'm guessing it's German, but translating with my phone is not working because of calligraphy. Can someone translate it? This looks like a guest book. Oh, it's not a love letter. The top part is really just people saying they enjoyed their stay. The bottom part says, don't be an idiot. Drive a combustion engine. What? About 4 people being there for the first time, and it was wonderful. And the one below says, don't be a bum. Drive a car with an internal combustion engine. Interesting. Oh, that looks like it was written by someone else. All right, my theory is this guy works for a German car manufacturer that doesn't sell an electric car. So I'm asking ChatGPT, which German manufacturer does not currently sell an electric car? All right, these do. Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Volkswagen. Porsche? No, they do too. So none of them. All right, myth busted. That's not the answer. What does this mean, though? Oh, is it the date? This threw me off. Like, what is that? Oh, it is from 2 different people, huh? This was dated on the 20th. This was the 21st. What is this button used for, guys? This is the important question, because I would definitely immediately smack it the second I saw this big red button. Verschleißen. This button is connected to an electrically controlled door closer. In case of fire, the door must close automatically. But if that doesn't happen, one press such a button to manually trigger the closing of the door. Just when you thought the German coalition couldn't get any weaker, Merz comes on and says something like this. The German welfare state can no longer be financed. Ooh. So he's called for reform of Germany's social welfare spending while ruling out tax increases on medium-sized companies. Just the small ones, eh? The welfare states. I'm sorry. I won't do the accent. The welfare state that we have today can no longer be financed with what we produce in the economy. I mean, I don't even have an opinion on that, guys. I guess somebody else has to do the math, you know. Is what he's saying true? I mean, it's a tricky thing, right? I assume, because obviously some people would say just tax like rich corporations more, but then obviously that could stifle the growth even further in the German economy, which would not help the situation. But I really don't know any of the specifics, guys. That's for you guys to bicker about. We will remain to be a country that helps people who have fallen onto hard times. That's good. Who have gotten sick and need help, said the deputy chancellor. Germany must find new trade partners if Americans are no longer prepared to play by the rules, says Martz. Oh, this is the major gamble that Trump plays with this game, huh? That you can smack around your allies, your trade partners, play hardball for a while, but it might backfire eventually, right? Like in the long term, they might just move on. Obviously, in the short term, this is easier said than done. And this is in reference to the 15% tariffs on EU goods, obviously. How do we handle world trade if, for example, the Americans are no longer prepared to play by the rules of the World Trade Organization? Oh, there's Ursula and Trump striking the famous deal. Incredible deal. Deal of a century. Here's a video of a CDU dude taking green party flyers in Munster out of mailboxes.
Olaf Bloch auf frischer Tat.
Not a good look.
Im Haustürwahlkampf in Münster klaut der CDU-Ratsherr einen Flyer der Grünen und wirft seinen eigenen ein. Was er nicht weiß, eine Überwachungskamera hält alles fest.
Oof. You should probably check for the 4K camera right above your head before you do that.
Die Grünen bekommen...
Or just don't do it. The situation in German schools deteriorates dramatically. Ooh, this is kind of interesting. I mean, I'm so used to hearing about how bad the United States schools are, you know. New data from the Education Monitor. Deficits in language skills and teaching quality. All right, then it goes on to say this, which I feel like I'm treading on dangerous water here, guys. I don't know. Because, I mean, I can't help but... This is talking about how it all changed in 2015 and immigration increased a huge amount. A bunch of refugees overwhelmed the school system. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure the refugees aren't helping the overall stats for language skills. Like German language skills. They can't speak German, right? Is that a I feel like anytime you talk about this subject, it's like controversial. But that just seems kind of obvious to me, right? That would explain that. Targeted support is needed. What does that mean? And then, you know, COVID didn't help either, did it? Definitely didn't help. Okay, I'm reading through these comments, which it is, as expected, a total shit show. But this comment kind of made me laugh because I think it hits the nail on the head. At least in a small way in this, you know, in this context. Well, it's a problem because our social discourse is completely polarized. You have the, quote, migrants should leave and are the problem faction. And the, quote, there is no problem. Anyone who claims otherwise is a racist faction. Sounds about right. In the class of my youngest, 7 years old, there are 5 children with no or almost no knowledge of German out of 32. You're in luck. At our school, if you're lucky, we have 5 to 7 children whose home language is German. Canada looks to Germany to offset Trump tariff agenda. The Prime Minister has said, whoa, what just happened? He said Trump's trade agenda presents Ottawa with no choice but to build new alliances. So pretty much the exact same thing Mertz was saying. There's a broad range of areas from critical minerals to energy and defense and security where we are intensifying our discussions with Germany. A 21-year-old U.S. citizen was stabbed when he intervened as 2 men were harassing a female passenger on a train in Germany. An altercation that ensued when he intervened upon seeing 2 men from a group harass female passengers on a train. They caught one of the 2 dudes. Hey, you know, for how much shit American tourists get around Europe, we needed this story. Thank you to this man. And his life is not in any danger. So, that's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome that he got stabbed, but, you know, I'm glad he's relatively okay. Fraud in driving test exams is increasing in Germany and is partly organized by gangs. According to the TÜV, 2,193 cases were already detected for the first half of 2025. Almost 4,200 illegal tricks were registered in 2024. They're using cameras, headphones, or doppelgangers, a German word that we over here in the States use all the time. It's kind of funny on one hand that people are sending in doppelgangers to take the test, but that's also obviously horrifying, especially when you guys have the Autobahn unlimited speed limit areas for people who don't know how to drive to be allowed on there. That ain't good. And I mean, if 2,000 were detected, imagine how many were not detected. Because you have to assume most probably get by, right? All right, this story caught my eye only because really it's odd to have a shootout in Germany. You know, you don't read that every day. So I'm mostly interested in what kind of gun did this guy have? And tragically, apparently, a police officer died. So obviously, my heart goes out to his family. That's horrific. The perpetrator got a hold of the service weapon. Jesus. I don't mean to be disturbing, but imagine how terrifying that would be for the officer. It was an 18-year-old. Dual citizen. Too depressing, guys. I've seen enough. Jesus. A lot of sad stories this week. Damn. Not the best way to start off the week. My bad, guys. Hopefully this week. I want some more positive news this week, okay, guys? Go do something positive in your community. So positive that someone makes a news story about it that I can react to. I'll see you guys tomorrow.